do well here in Houston. Everything after
She wants to have a good lift. She wants to kind of take them out
35 with ease for Tia
5,
Toomey. So Tia
4,
Toomey
3,
will have a
2,
20-pound lead
1,
going into the strict press.
go.
Look at that. Again, these athletes, they got to have that quarantine time. I think on the strength side, we can see a lot of that. We've heard them say that. I was actually gotten stronger during the quarantine time because the distractions got taken away. I'm starting to see those things.
Shane watching on. Good little double fist bump. Almost got the clap, but we might save that for the end. We'll get the double fist bump and the clap. So we move from back squat to strict press. Tia Toomey going into this is a 20-pound lead on Brooke Wells, and we saw a lot of this on the men's side where Fraser actually took both the back squat and the strict press, but then lost it in the deadlift because it is cumulative weight. It's not individualized scoring. We're going to total this up as we move from back squat to strict press. Brooke Wells will get set for her first attempt.
6 counts.
So she might have about 130 on the bar.
Whoa, went out in front there a little bit. Saw that, thought she was going to miss that. Now, the thing with Brooke is she's got that overextension of the back. We see that on handstand push-ups. We see that on a lot of events.
We saw that in the first one.
I think that's what the issue was there. So she really needed to really pull back to get that bar back in line to get that bar up overhead.
Wells actually got a successful 135 for Brooke Wells. Carrie Pierce has 140 on the bar. Now, if her strict press is anything like her strict handstand push-ups,
seriously.
she might be able to put up a decent number here. She had a successful back squat lift of 272. It's good enough for third overall. So 140 will be good for Carrie Pierce on her first attempt.
Now, the last time we did this in the 2018 games, Carrie had the highest strict press weight out of all the ladies that are out here. So she was able to hit 155 then. So a nice way for her to start. Again, you see her get that little bit of a lean back, but that bar pass stayed right, straight, really able to use the strength of those shoulders, man.
Catherine Davis-Arter will be up next. Total weight from the back squat, she's sitting in fourth overall. She has a 9-pound edge on Haley Adams, and that's going to be important as we move into the strict press, but more importantly, the deadlift. Catherine coming off that back injury earlier this year. She's had to get as much weight as she can in these first two movements to offset what she might not be able to lift in the third and final one. So that'll be successful for Catherine Davis.
Just let's make sure she's careful not to take that breath and have any sort of a dip. A lot of people
7 minutes left.
really picky if they see any movement at all. So not like she was trying to gain a lot of momentum, but even if it appears that there's a little bit of momentum, the judge will call it as a no rep. Really watch that.
Haley Adams will be up next. Fifth overall in total weight after the back squat, but not far behind. 9 pounds behind Davis-Arter, 12 behind Pierce. Good first lift for Haley Adams. Sitting in second overall after the first two events this morning. 70 points back behind Tia, but second overall nonetheless.
You know, Chase, we've had this conversation a lot about the younger female athletes, especially it's that pushing power usually is the last piece to develop. So this is where she really needs to develop. Try to do as much as she can, kind of play the field a little bit, keep herself in the game as much as possible when she gets to that deadlift.
Tia Toomey's up. This will be her first attempt at strict press. Looks like it might just be about 125 to start.
Well, if that was the case, that looks like it was an easy 125. The last time for the 2018 games total that we did it, she hit a 130 on the strict press. That was her top that number. So,
Well,
I mean,
there you go.
yeah, start at 125, then hit it easy, and then just go above that last weight.
In those overheads, we talked about this when the men were going, but the strict press is it's a delicate flower of a lift, right? You can have a 20-pound PR day or a 20-pound minus PR day, just based off the way things stack up. Everything needs to be perfect. We saw that in Brooke. It's like you can't afford to push out a couple inches when you get to these heavier weights.
Oh, there, right. That was exactly it.
Not to do the announcer curse on Brooke Wells. That is not intentional. That was the case.
So exactly what happened there, we saw that Brooke was trying to get back. You see her leaning back with that bar. The lean comes from trying to pull that bar back into position, trying to keep that straight line of path of travel.
150 on the bar for Carrie Pierce. One thing to note for Brooke Wells and part of the rules is that you cannot go back down in weight. So she's going to have to attempt that again or else she will only get that first lift that she made. 150 on the bar for Carrie Pierce. 150 overhead for Carrie Pierce.
So Carrie's really known for, I mean, right there you can see it in her abs, but also her shoulder work as well. The fact that she's got that solid core, that just rock solid foundation to be able to push off of, that really helps her when she's driving the bar overhead.
David Sauter is up. Her first attempt at 120 was good. 130 on the bar for her second one.
Nice lift. That's a 5-pound jump over the 2018 time, or 2018 score that she had. So great job. Great job for her to be back in here just mixing it up like that. That went up nice and easy. Nice and easy.
So 130 to be good for David's daughter. Round number 1. Adams also hit 120, and she's going to put 127 on the bar. It actually matches what Toomey did in the first round. Toomey got 127. Adams, her sticking point is that couple inches right above the top of the shoulders. Once you can get past that chin,
there it is.
A bit stronger than she did on the first one.
Yeah, that looked better than the last lift for sure. Great positioning, gets her face out of the way. That bar, you can see the bar doesn't move. She's able to get herself back just a touch. Keeping that bar path nice and straight, that really allowed her to get the maximum drive on that bar with those shoulders.
All right. 132 on the bar for Tia Toomey. This will be 2 pounds over what she did in 2018. This would put her in third.
Jeez, man.
Oh, 132 is good.
There could have been a 142 in there. That was really, really easy. Oh my gosh, look at that. Steps right up, great positioning, nice solid base, straight drive, and then just a confidence. Like that bar didn't stop.
So 132 is good for Tia Toomey as we finish our second round on the strict press. And up next, our third and final reps for the strict press. Brooke Wells had hit
90 seconds.
130 previously. Went for 137, missed it. She's going to have to try it again because you can't go down in weight.
There we go.
And that's the thing, is like she looked like she had no business lifting that weight in the second attempt, but fixed some things on the third one and made it look like she could have done something more around the 140, 145 mark.
Well, and I mean, the last time we saw this in 2018 game, she hit 140, so I mean, she should be right in that realm. But that's that, we're talking fractions of an inch out of position when you're using, such a small amount of muscle fiber to do it. I mean, it's just shoulders, that's it.
The fickle lift that is the strict press. 157 on the bar for Carrie Pierce. Hoping to extend her lead in this movement alone, and Carrie Pierce will hit 157. She'll maintain the heaviest weight we've seen on the strict press. Now she had the third best weight on the back squat, so she's made up some ground here on the second round.
Well, and I like the fact that she came off the rack and immediately started pushing. She didn't hang out to wait and set her feet and do all these other things. Just one step back, and boom, right up overhead.
Next closest in weight on this movement is 20 pounds. 20-pound difference in a strict press. Up next, Catherine Davis, this will be her third and final attempt. She's already hit 130. She's going for 137. That would tie her with